Hello ladies and gentle ladies, welcome back to another stream. It's been a long while. I hope everyone had a good Christmas and a happy new year. Hello Cupcook Linux, welcome to the stream. Yes, you were here before the bot was here. It sometimes takes a while, so but yes, hello everyone, welcome. It has been, yeah, as I say, it has been quite a while, I believe, since I last streamed. I think I last streamed, on the 13th or something. It was quite a while ago. But yeah, we're going to be doing some more Industrial again today. Sure. Everything is as it should be. Then I will switch everything over. Okay. Everything should be good, I believe. So now you can see me. That be able to see the screen as well. Everything should be good. Close that. Maybe. Here we go. Okay, so as for what we're going to be doing today, as usual, I'm not entirely sure. I think we're just going to start with trying to fix a few things. And then I think we're basically going to continue from where we were last time, which was implementing the fractional distillation. Is this that I have just put. I think that's going to be the plan for today. I have done a lot of things since the last stream, so I have to run you through those things first of all, but let's just quickly start up the game. And with any luck, this whole induction heaters work. I don't remember if I did that in the last stream or not. I am quickly going to check. I'm not sure if I did that in the last stream or if I did that off stream. That's how long it's been. So it looks like I started the induction heater last time. Yes, but I didn't have heat pipes. No, and I also don't think I had fluid pipes last time. So I've also done fluid pipes as well. So we've got heat pipes, fluid pipes, and energy pipes. What is this? I need to use the setter. Okay. This needs to be set amount, heat storage.get amount, negative, insert. I think that should fix everything there. Nope, not quite. That needs to be a setter as well, and then also here, this. Fantastic. So hopefully everything should work, and then I can kind of show what I've done. So if you're not on the Discord, I guess you wouldn't know what I've done, but if you are on the Discord, then you've already probably seen what I have done somewhat recent. And I will be able to show you that in a sec. if the game would like to load up, that is, of course. Okay, so first of all, let's hope it doesn't crash. That would be a good start. So it doesn't crash. Okay. So honestly, I don't remember what I did last stream, so I guess I'll just go through this both for anyone new and also for anyone who hasn't seen what I've done, basically. I'm just going to turn this music down a little bit because it's a bit loud. There we go. Also, these need to go. I need to get rid of those statements because that is going to spam my log. Now, I don't know exactly where those are. I think they're in here. What can I do? I can do files. Project files. Huh. Oh, it actually might be a logger. No, it's not. Huh. I thought that was happening in here. But I guess not. Yeah, it's not. So it could also be happening in the implementation of dish, which is here. Or maybe it's not even heat pipes, actually. Maybe it's in fluid pipes. Nope, I have no idea where these are coming from then. We'll figure it out. It's not really that important though. So yeah, basically I started... See, I don't know what I did last time, but we'll go through kind of somewhat from scratch here. So I first added some fluid pumps, as you can see here. So they just use energy to generate water, basically. And they have to be submerged in water, so they just check the surrounding sides for what fluid it's in, and then it'll kind of extract that and put it into the storage. And obviously that uses energy relevant to kind of how much it's extracting. So as you can see, I've got 4 of those which are powered by this wind turbine here, which is good. And then these are connected with fluid pipes, which are going to be taking that water and putting it in the induction heater. Now, there's something going on here, so possibly I might need to invalidate this. Okay, so this seems to be using energy, but not doing anything with it. What's this doing? Interesting. Let me try put down another wind turbine here. Okay. So, I just quickly come into here. Those should be fine. Interesting. So I don't know why the actual induction heater here is not generating heat. So the way this should work is it takes power and it takes water, and with that it should generate kind of a temperature. So it'll basically heat up the water, and then this pipe here would extract that. But this actually shouldn't be a fluid pipe. This should be a heat pipe, which I think I did add. Yes, I did. So let's just quickly... Oh, it did not like that. Okay. Should we have a look at why? Oh god, these print statements have destroyed my console. Okay, is it all the way at the bottom? Very nice if it is storage. Here we go. So here's storage of side. Where's this happening? Here. Okay. So my guess is what's happening is the heat pipes don't have a storage. Would I be correct in saying that? Possibly. Let's open some things here. Let's kind of get some things open. I'm gonna need the heat pipe, and then I'm also gonna grab the fluid pipe. Ah, yes, here you go. So you can see here the fluid pipe does actually have in the constructor, it adds a storage, whereas in the heat pipe, I'm not doing that. So that's probably what's going on there. So this should be pretty simple. I just need a wrapped fluid. No, not that. I just need a normal fluid heat storage, which takes in the heat storage and the fluid storage. So the heat storage will just be a new simple heat storage. Maybe should be sinks though. But for now we'll just do a simple heat storage. It doesn't really matter. I think I actually have, if I go to implementations, no, not of that, of this, I have a no limit heat storage, which is the one I actually want here. And then that needs, I think, whether it can insert and extract. So this one specifically, we're not going to allow insert, but we are going to allow extract. Hello, Stupid Z, welcome to the stream. Hello, Sign Quick Clips, welcome to the stream. And hello, Craftroom Zen, welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. We're just doing some more Industria again today. We'll do what? Fluid contents. Bucket, I think. Basically, the way that the heat pipes work is they store both a temperature and they store a fluid. So that fluid kind of holds the temperature, if you will. That's kind of the way I intend on doing this. That for now. So by doing this, that should fix our crash that we had there. I really want to get rid of this print statement, but I don't know where it's happening. Could it just be on normal cables, maybe? Oh. Ah, here we go. In the fluid pump, apparently. There we go. So, this should get us something that works. Whilst we're at it, actually, I'm just going to do the data gen for those fluid pipes, for those heat pipes, I mean. So we'll do add job, block init, dot heat pipe, and go into here. Translation builder dot add, block init dot heat pipe. Then we'll go into the model as well, and we'll register a pipe for the heat pipe. Perfect. And then I am going to create the texture as well real quick. Even though the textures are all temporary, it's useful to have a texture, I believe. So let's come into here. I'll just open this in my Explorer. And go paint.net. Here we go. So all I'm going to do is change this orange to be red. I think that's the easiest one. So would we know it's heat? That makes it really hard to see the contrast, I will say. So maybe like black color, or maybe keep it kind of orange a little bit, I guess would be fine. Once again, this doesn't really matter because this is temporary. Here we go. Now all I need to do is save these as correct name, which is going to be heat type. Save. Heat type. And heat type. Are you trying to keep the mods version on the latest Minecraft version? Yes, that is my intention. So usually if I was planning to release this mod sometime soon, I would probably stay on 1.21.1. But since this mod is basically nowhere near finished, I'm not going to be releasing it in 1.21. So it makes more sense for me to keep it kind of as up to date as I can, so that when I do go to 1.22, it will be a very easy port, or at least it'll be a lot easier than going from 1.21.1 to 1.22. That's kind of my plan. But I would say, like, for anyone creating a mod now, like if they're starting to create a mod now, or if they're creating a mod and are wondering whether they should update to the latest version, I would just say consider when you plan releasing it. If it's soon, then probably keep it in 1.21.1. If it's not soon, then definitely don't do that. Am I crazy, or did I not, or did the game just crash? I think something just crashed. I think the game crashed. Try again. Hopefully this should work. I don't know why this wouldn't work. And it did crash. So it says here, fluid heat storage cannot be cast to class sinkable storage. Fluid heat storage and sinkable storage are not blah 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 blah. Where? Where is this happening? Because I don't know why it would be trying to cast that. Oh. Storage has to be sync. Okay. Interesting. Let me just visit syncable or all it does is void sync. Okay. I can kind of make this work, I think. If I go into here, basically just create. Problem is this is a record, so I need to make this not a record, but is kind of my own option, really. So I'll create these and that, and put the constructor. And so we'll do these first. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. So we'll just say that, like, hey, these are not null. And then, yeah. So doing that means that I can then extend this class if I want to, which I do want to. So I want to make a think thinking, apparently, not sync. Oh, thinking fluid heat. And we're just going to extend fluid heat storage. And then I think I need to implement sync. So this needs to be I was doing some modification for 1.19.2. The tutorial showed how to update to 1.19.4 and it changes the way the code is set up. Now I'm just thinking of making a 1.19.2 mod. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with Minecraft modding. Like something in 1.21.1 could be completely different in 1.21.3. Like completely and utterly different. So tutorials that are designed for a specific version are typically designed for that specific version, right? So you have to kind of bear that in mind when you're dealing with that. But yeah, I mean, I would say probably develop it on 1.19.2 first, and then afterwards consider updating it to, you know, a more recent version. So there we go. Okay. Question: does anyone know if you can make a constructor generic? Is this possible? I've never tried to do this before. Let's go. Right, so we'll go. Oh God, no. You can do that. Huh, I guess it makes sense. I just never kind of thought about that. But yeah, so this is basically what I want to do. So I need that, and then I need pretty much the same thing for this one. So this just needs to be single variant. So that is the F. Really weird constructor, I guess, because the generics are super long. But yeah, that's very weird. Not sure how I feel about that. I really don't like this actually. I could make them on the class, to be fair. I think. Can I do this? I can do this. So, kind of, if I do this, then I can get rid of this. Is at least a little more understandable. It's still very jank, and I'm not a huge fan, but it's at least a little bit better, I would say. So yeah, we can try that, and then that basically means that I can do this. Now, problem is they're not actually stored as these, which they probably should be. So what I could do is actually store them again. Sure, that'll work. Hello, Diamond Player. Welcome to the stream. I am doing all right. Yeah, not that bad, I guess. Yeah, things are going okay. Oh, we can close that. Oh, by the way, for anyone curious, how I'm doing all this heat stuff is I have my own heat API that I have been developing. If it wants to show me here. So like how we have Team Reborn's energy here, I have my heat API that I'm using here. That just means that I can do heat very easily, which is nice. It's very useful. Have you used languages like C++ before? Not really, although I am trying to learn C++, kind of like on the side. Just for a bit of fun, really. And it's not that bad of a language. I don't hate it any more than I hate, some other language. So it's not that bad. But yeah, I mean, I mostly use Java for pretty much everything because it's what I'm most familiar with. But I do want to get more into C++ because I think that's kind of a better way to go forward. Excuse me? Oh, because I'm not using it. God, I really am an idiot sometimes. So sinking fluid heat storage. Now, the problem is this doesn't actually extend that, so I should probably make this a sinking storage as well. I'll go with a sinking no limit heat storage. Just going to extend no limit heat storage and implement sinkable storage. And then we just need the sync method. We also need the constructor. Now, what does sync actually do? I kind of completely forgot. How do you go to a base method? You need to go to the base method. How do you do this one? Yes, yeah. So if I go here. Oh, so I actually have to kind of implement it myself. Okay. I'm going to move this to my other so that I can see what I need to do. I'm going to have a private boolean is dirty false. And we also do need the actual block entity. So private final block entity. So we'll pass the block entity into the constructor. And we'll set that there. And then we will override on final commit and set dirty to true. And then in sync, I think I'm basically going to be doing the exact same thing as that. Okay. And I believe I probably want the same thing, I guess, in here rather than doing this. Although this checks if it's dirty, so to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I don't think there's any need to do that. Sure. Okay, so that will sync this for us. So I should now be able to use a syncing no limit heat storage and a syncing fluid storage. I checked call to syncking fluid heat storage HF as member raw type. Oh right, yeah, of course. That's fine. I think this should work now. I'm not entirely happy with this system, but I think it should get us what we... We can hope. All I want is for the heat pipes to work. And then when the heat pipes work, we can kind of continue working on the actual fractional distillation tower. But we need that to work first. And we are going to need to mess around with the induction heater in a moment. But not right now. We'll deal with that later. Okay. So first of all, I'm realizing that this hasn't worked. Possibly because I just need to reload from this. Let's do that, and then let's do this. Interesting. So the heat pipes are still not working. Is that because... I think I know one. In here, I think I forgot to do something. Maybe not. What does it say? So combustion generator, creative battery, thermal generator, electric furnace. Missing block model. Industrial column block / heat pipe. Oh, because I do actually need the actual models. Yeah, I do. Sure. Okay, I will do this actually in Explore because that just makes life easier, really. Oops. Things. Okay, and then finally I need to do heat pipe dot. Oh, okay, perfect. I should probably just use the template model for these, but now it's fine. I'm not too worried. I think I need to build after doing that. And then we reload. Yes, however, I forgot to actually change this. So fluid needs to be replaced with heat. In here. Okay, and then we reload again. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So, important question, first of all, why is this not connecting? That's a very important question. Second of all, yeah, because these do actually connect, it's just not connecting to this for whatever reason. Second thing, we need to figure out why this is stuck at 0, because that's obviously not intentional. So let's go figure this out. So induction heater, here we go. So if heat storage.getAmount is greater than 0, then it sets the amount to the amount -1, and that's only if the water tank amount is less than a bucket. Now that's at 10,000 millibuckets, which isn't right. This should be it shouldn't be at that. Oh, right, because I think I've actually converted that in the GUI to show something differently. Okay. So why is it stuck at 0? So if the energy is less than 0, or if the energy amount is 0, then it decreases the amount. So I don't think it's that. I will say, actually, set amount should probably cause an update. It should probably call okay, so this is the read-only one, but I can't actually use that one. If I go into the sync, let's make this a thinking no limit heat store. And then we'll go this false true. Okay. So we'll do that. And then in here, when I call set amount, then what we'll do is we'll set dirty to true. Long previous amount. We'll do a check. So it's not constantly. If previous amount is not equal to the current amount, then we just set dirty to true. Should be pretty simple. And we'll need to restart for that to take effect because we've added this method in code. I think by doing that, it should sync. And I think what was happening before is it probably wasn't syncing, is my kind of assumption. It's also possible that this code here is wrong. But that's hard to say for sure. So we'll have a look. Oh, what's this? I haven't seen this one before, I don't think. Status 503. Service unavailable. Is Mojang down? Is Mojang authentication down? I think it is. Interesting. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. I was just curious. So, let's see what it does now. It is still at 0. What's going on here? Oh, because we don't have a texture for the GUI. I should really do that. And for this one, to be honest. Bearing in mind it's trivial to do that. But I'll do it when I get around to it. So, okay. Where are we then? Are we here? Oh, source code does not match the bytecode, apparently. What's it saying? We've got energy storage. What do we have? Water tank amount. So we're probably on this line right here. We go heat storage. We can look at the current amount, which is 0. What does this do? This goes heat storage.get amount plus 0.1 F. I think that's why. I think that's the problem. Because it's adding 0.1 F. I think it just needs to add 1. And this, I mean, that could be a float, sure, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, that should be fine if we do that, I think. There you go. Now, this is kind of gonna keep going up, rather than use more energy the higher it goes, but that's kind of besides the point. Instead, we should probably figure out why the heat pipes aren't connecting. So let's try to figure that out then. Let's go heat pipe block entity. And actually, I think we need to go possibly into the actual block, which is here. Now, let me just look at this real quick. So this is actually a sided fluid heat, but that's kind of irrelevant. I mean, it should be fine, I think. So if we look here, get storage lookup. Oh, yes, that would be why. So I think what's happening is in here, what I've done for like the induction heater is I haven't registered the fluid heat storage.site, which I need to do for the output. So I need yes, I need this basically. I need a heat provider that I can use for that. that should be fine. Then I just need to do that for the for the heat pipes as well. So we'll go fluid heat storage, provided, register for block entity, heat pipe, and we just want the storage provider. And then also ideally the fractional distillation tower as well. We'll need that. I don't know if we can do that right now though. No, it looks like right now that's not going to be, but we will want that very shortly. Possibly even today. We'll see if we do it in the stream or not. I'm not sure. Oh, and for anyone new to the stream and whatnot, feel free to join the Discord, which is always linked in the description, because we are close to 1,000 members, and we are trying to get to 1,000 members. It's taking a while, but we are almost there. We need currently 7 more people to get to 1,000 members. We're hoping to do it by 2025. But that didn't happen. It's unfortunate, but it's kind of expected. We kind of knew it wasn't going to happen. But still, I think we agreed that 1,000. Okay, so we now have heat pipes as well, which is great. And obviously none of them connect. Good too. Okay. So that now goes to here. I think basically what's left to do is make this connectable. So we'll come into the controller here. We'll create a private final wrapped fluid heat storage like that. And we're going to add in here this dot heat storage, add storage, a new sinking fluid heat storage, which is going to take in a new, and this one is actually going to have a limit, which I guess is kind of actually going to be the problem here. For now, we'll give it a no limit, but we are going to want a limit of temperature. For now, no limit will be fine. So I'll just say a sinking, no limit. Go. It's going to take this, then it's going to take true, and it's going to take false for extract. Then we want the fluid storage as well, which is just going to be a new sinking fluid storage, which is going to take this, and then it's going to take basically the amount, which is just, I think, going to be a bucket. I think would be fine for that. So that's both of those. Then we do want to just add this in here. I'm going to create a method to actually get this. So we're going to want the get fluid heat storage, which is actually going to be the fluid heat storage. Storage 0, and then we're going to want the heat storage, which is going to be get fluid heat. Oh god, get fluid heat storage. That's heat storage. Then we're going to want the actual. Well, we're probably actually not going to want the actual. Well, we might. I guess we might want that, and we might also want the single variant storage. variant, I think, which will be not this either. This is going to be the gets. Okay, no, we're not going to want either of these actually. We are just going to want then the provider. So we're going to want the fluid heat storage, get fluid heat provider, like that. And then all we need to do is come into the main class, into here, and go register that, which is actually going to be oh, this is the tower. We actually want the controller. Heat. Like that. And same here, actually. I'm going to call this get fluid heat. That's there we go. We can't hot swap that. I don't know why I tried to do that. We obviously can't do that. So we fix these textures rather than having these errors show up every single time. That might be a good idea. It's going to take 5 seconds. Do it right now. So basically, I'm just going to copy this. I don't see any reason to do anything different. So we're first going to want the induction heater. And then we're going to want the fluid pump. And that's it. At least for now. Eventually, obviously, those will be made a little bit better. But for now, that'll just get us some textures. Having very annoying missing text, which is what we need. So we'll just let that build and then we'll reload those. And nice, we now have texture in there and we have a texture in there. So that gets all of that. Now let's restart the game so we can get those pipes connected as well. Give this a second. And I didn't mean to run it, I wanted to debug it. Let's close that. I don't know why that opened. And then we need to look at starting to write the code for this. Whilst I'm at it, also, I do need to do that, which is that. Oh. Otherwise, that will cause us some problems. We also need to write that in here. So it's a good job I remembered that because that's very important. So we need to say this dot fluid storage, right? MBT. So we need to do MBT dot put. What do I call it in here? Heat water storage. Sure. Got heat storage. Dot write MBT registries, and then fluid storage. Wow. And then we just want to do the exact same thing in here, except this one needs to be in an if statement. MBT.contains heat water storage, and we're going to go MBT element dot list type. Then we are going to get the list of compound type. There you go. And that's going to be the exact same thing for the fluid storage as well. Okay, which should just fix both of those. hopefully the heat pipe should now connect to the tower, is the intention. I will have to just break it and replace it. Yes, it does. Okay. Okay, this is a good start. This is a great start. So, this doesn't distribute heat into these. So it does need to actually do that. But hypothetically, if it did, this should all work. Yeah, and then this should work too, of course. Oh. That's the plan. Yeah, that's still fine. I should probably make it so you can't actually place another one on top, maybe. That's possibly worth considering as well. But okay. So I think we're starting to get kind of more of a tech mod here, right? We're getting cables, we're getting fluid pipes, we're getting heat pipes. We've got, you know, all the energy stuff. I think we're starting to get somewhere here. Okay. So, next step. The next step is making this actually do something when it has heat, right? So, this is where things are going to get a little bit more complicated. Okay. Let's get this to put heat into the pipes, first of all, because without that, we can't test anything with the actual fractional distillation tank. So let's get heat into the pipes, and then we'll move on from there. So, this is actually going to be a little bit complicated. It's not as easy as it might sound, because we want to kind of distribute the heat into the pipes. It's not going to be as simple as just setting the pipes to have some heat, because that heat will need to be distributed. So it's going to be a little bit complicated to do. And it might not even work with my pipe system, but we're going to try. So... So we have on tick. Do I have a method that runs after on tick? I kind of forgot. Yes, so we actually have also an end tick, which is probably what I want. So I'm going to do end tick. Now the super does actually do something, so I don't want to do it before. I don't want to do it after the super. I actually want to do it before the super here. And basically, I'm going to say direction.values.for. Before direction in direction. Then we're going to look for a fluid heat storage. So we're going to say fluid heat storage. I'll just call it a heat storage is going to be equal to Okay, actually, we need to consider... No, we don't. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. So we need to do fluid heat storage dot sided dot find. We need the world, which is going to be this dot world. Then we're going to need this dot pause. And then we're going to need direction. I don't know if that needs to be direction dot get opposite or just possibly direction dot get opposite, I believe. Okay. Now, if the heat storage is equal null, or the heat storage does not support insertion, then we're going to continue. It's also possibly worth checking if the heat storage actually has a higher temperature than this storage, because if it does, then we're not really going to want to distribute, because that doesn't really make sense. That's not the way, obviously, temperature works. So let's do this. Let's say long current temp. And we're going to say or heat storage dot amount is greater than or equal to the current temp. Then we're just going to continue. Okay. We should also only do this if current temp is greater than heat. We need to get the heat storage, and then I think we can get the unit and then get the room temperature. Is that not a method I created? Oh, here we go. It's just actually in there. So I'm going to say if it's above room temperature, because if it's not, then we don't really care. Then we're going to do this. Let's also grab a list of fluid heat storages. I think it actually needs to be possibly direction or yeah, a map. Like that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to say that. Okay, if it's not empty, yeah, then we're going to do this, basically. We're going to split it. Now, this isn't ideal, because ideally it would split kind of relative to the temperatures. For now, this is fine, though. And it shouldn't really cause any problem. So, we just kind of want code that works for now, and we can worry about the actual quality later. So let's open a transaction. What is this? I've broken something. We want this. Let's do that. Rather than constantly calling get heat storage, let's just actually use our heat storage here. I'll call it current heat storage so we're not going to clash with anything. What have I done? Oh, that's what I've done. No, I've done something. What have I done here? What's this closing? That's closing that. That needs to close that. What's not being closed? That's fine. Sure. I think this is... Sure. Copilot knows what it's doing, right? When does Copilot... Copilot always knows what it's doing. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Maybe I should just make this a heat. Because it's pretty clear that it's only used. Think of that. Okay. I'm not confident in this code, to be honest, since Copilot wrote it, but it will probably quote unquote work, so it shouldn't be that bad. Now, the important thing to note is that this is actually only going to insert heat. It's not going to also insert fluid, which it does need to do. Well, yeah, it doesn't technically need to do that. For now, it's going to be fine. Think. Yeah, I think it will be fine. Yeah, it should be fine for now. I'm probably going to need to redo this whole thing at some point, but I just want to get it working. I'll probably redo it when I end up redoing the whole pipe system. It's going to be, well, interesting. That just gets rid of that weird going on there. I don't know why I was doing that. I think that's just leftover code. But okay. So this should distribute, and then it does our end tick stuff after. Okay. Now we try this then. And just see what it does. And then I'm probably going to end the stream after this. I feel like making why? But I feel like not much today. Today might not be a good day for this. See kind of what happened here. So I don't think anything has happened. That actually changed it. Running? Is I'll get down. Current heat storage is above room temperature. Okay, so storage finds a heat storage, which I assume is oh dearie dearie me. Goodness gracious. Maybe I'm too tired for this. That works. I might still not. So so it doesn't actually find anything. It should do. Let's again. Heat storage is equal null. Heat storage is null. 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 East. Okay, East has a heat storage. So let's look at this heat storage. So we need to know whether it supports insertion, first of all. I think the answer is no, actually. Yes, that's the problem. It supports insertion. It shouldn't do that. It also shouldn't support extraction, I don't think. No, it shouldn't support extraction, but it should support insertion. What do you mean, Wide? I've been sneaky all day? I haven't been sneaky, eh? And this isn't a jump scare stream. It's Friday. Wait, is it Friday? What day is it? It is Friday. Hey, see, it's a Friday. You can't complain at me. I always stream on, well, not always, but like if I stream, it's usually going to be on a Friday. So there's no surprises here. Well, you shouldn't be surprised. Well, I guess maybe you should be surprised. It's been a while, to be fair. It's been almost a month, I think. No, it's been 2 weeks, but it was like anyways, I think this will work this time. I think that was just my silly mistake. It should support insertion, and the amount and the amount should be less than the current temperature. Now, the problem is this might actually make the heat higher than it should be, because I think it's going to add to it rather than combine with it. But regardless, it should still spread the temperature. The idea. Yes, it does seem to be doing that, which is good. So hypothetically, this now has a temperature in it. Can check, I guess. So let's out. Yes. Do that. Oof. Yeah, that doesn't. I don't know why I did. That's interesting. So what this isn't doing is it's not actually putting it in here for whatever reason. Does this support insertion? Yes. So when heat pipes are distributed, Okay, so the way that heat pipes work is I think they need a fluid as well. So what I will do, I will say, why am I doing this? I don't need to do this. Like, I really don't need to do this. Do I need to do this? What is it trying to do? Oh, I see what. But I can't do this because current heat storage is... Oh, it is a simple heat. But actually, I probably can do that. Yeah, I can do that. But what I actually wanted to do is I wanted to just insert the fluid. So I'm just going to say heat storage dot fluid storage insert, and it's just going to insert whatever fluid is in here. So current heat storage dot no, I want fluid heat storage dot fluid storage dot variant, like that. Interesting. Okay. So there's something wrong with the pipes then. What is that? Connected. That's interesting. So this actually isn't running even? Huh. Hello? Wait, so this dot connected blocks now is a thing. Find connecting pipes, does that. Connecting pipes, there's 3 connecting pipes. Finds a fluid storage, which it finds. Then it tries to do an insert, all that jazz. This transaction is never committed, is it? Oh no, it is. Then it finds the next one, which is another storage. What is it actually doing? Little bit confused what it's actually just done. Negative 1500? Excuse me? Hello, Oi. I assume that's how I say your name. I don't know. Welcome to the stream. Oh, the game crashed. Amount may not be negative, but it is negative 750. Okay, yeah, that's because it was a negative amount. But why is it making it go negative? See, fundamentally, this entire heat system doesn't really work because obviously heat doesn't start at 0. It needs to start at room temperature. Or, well, yeah, like room temperature of water. Or whatever fluid it is. So, but yeah, everything kind of depends on it starting at 0. So I have to somehow analyze everything, make it start at the room temperature rather than start at 0. I think the only way I could do that is by writing that actually into the API itself. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to rewrite everything on my end. Be way more complex. I think I really need to do that in the API, which I think is maybe a bit too much for the stream. That kind of gets a little bit complicated doing. I'm new to coding and making Minecraft mods. Some tips. Okay, well, my main tip to you is learn Java first before you start modding. It will make your life so much easier, and it'll make everyone else's lives so much easier. You know, when you're asking for help, it won't be asking for Java help, it will be asking for modding help, which is just better for everyone, really. If you kind of once you've got past that point, then I would say my best recommendation is to look at existing mods. So any existing mods, really, it doesn't really matter, but they will help you a lot, as long as you choose the right ones. Like, don't choose mechanism. A mechanism is terrible. Never look at it. And then the other thing I would say is try to help other people. Helping other people is genuinely the best way to learn how to do something, because you force yourself to learn things in order to help someone else, which is very useful. I mean, that's really all I can say. Other than that, it's just like practice. Obviously, I've been doing this for probably 7-ish years. I kind of know what I'm doing at this point, but it takes time. Not 7 years, to be clear, but you know, it takes time to be at a point where you're confident with what you're doing. Yeah, I would say if you're just learning how to read code, then modding is not a good place to start. You know, if you're just starting, trying to read any of what I've got here, for example, would be a nightmare. I don't know where you would even start. I mean, maybe if you go line by line, you could just about figure it out. Like if I try, it's hard to put myself in the head of someone starting, but if I try to say like, okay, so we're going line by line, right? And I would have to be assuming that you have no pre-existing knowledge. So, I mean, immediately things are very complicated here. In that case, right? Like this storage.fluid store. You already have a problem because if you're new, then you probably don't really know what this storage is because you don't understand the flow, right? And to be able to understand the flow, you have to know where distribute is, which you can go into, obviously, and see, okay, it's called here, but that only happens under these preconditions. So it's the kind of thing where this is not a good place to start with coding, unfortunately. I wish it was. I really wish it was. I wish I could recommend to people this is a good way to learn it, but it's not. if you want to learn it, my best recommendation is to try and do small projects, like non-Minecraft projects. Like, I don't know, make a program that can get the current weather. Pretty simple, I would say. Or make a program that, I don't know, this might actually be quite hard, but make a program that tracks your key presses and sees which keys you press the most, right? Or you know, simple program. You don't want to start with anything too complicated. Or if those are too complicated, then go simpler. Go even simpler than that. Go with trying to make like a simple adventure game, right? Where you just have to go through different decisions. So basically just a bunch of if statements. It's a good starting. Or if you want to keep with the game stuff, then try and make Snake. Try and learn some basic UI library. So I would recommend JavaFX, but if you really want to, then you Bing or AWT and try and make Snake. That's pretty good first project. If you want to try and do something more related to games. Other than that, it's just a lot of practice. It took me almost 2 years to learn Java properly, to a point where I could be confident. And that's because I didn't really properly first 10 months. So yeah, I would recommend you try and do projects that are not mod. And you'll probably get the hang of it within, well, it depends on your learning speed, but you'll probably get the hang of it within maybe 2 months. Assuming you're doing an hour a day, every day, I would say. It's hard to say, because obviously it's going to be different for everyone. Maybe you'd even be better with a course, in which case I'd recommend, I'm not sure how I'm going to find this, because I actually don't know what it's called. Let me see if I can find it. There is a really good course that I would recommend to anyone who kind of prefers a more academic approach. Not really academic, but like, yeah, this. But for anyone who wants to kind of take a course rather than do projects, this is really good. This is a really good course by the University of Helsinki. And it basically goes through. Very good. And it goes all the way into complex stuff as well. So I think yeah, you got like comparable interface. Not complicated. It does UI as well, which is nice. It actually uses JavaFX. I didn't know that. That's even better. You know, that's all I would say. Just Java is obviously the most important thing if you're going to be coding in Java. That's all I can say. But anyways, I think that's for this stream. I know it's not as long as the usual stream. We're only at an hour and a half. But one, I'm tired, and two, we have not made much progress. And we're not going to make much more progress because I really need to kind of work on the Heat API more. Or I can use it. It just fundamentally doesn't work in a way that's gonna work for us. So that's just gonna be how it is, I think. Fabric and Forge have big differences. Yes, they are completely different. If you're brand new, I wouldn't try and learn both. Just try and learn one. It doesn't really matter which, to be honest, because you don't have to stick with it. Yeah, just choose whichever one you prefer. Sure, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I wouldn't actually really recommend that anyone use Forge anymore. It's between either Fabric or Neo4, which is effectively dead nowadays. So choose between Forge and Neo4. If you want a more Forge thing, then Neo4. If you want Fabric, then I'll choose Fabric. I prefer Fabric personally. As a modder, not as a player. The player, I don't know, but you know, as a modder, Fabric is better in my opinion. It's up to you. As I say, it doesn't really matter what you choose at the start because you can change later. It's not like you learn one and you're stuck with it. You could easily change later. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say. And basically going to be it for this stream. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed. I know we didn't really do much. I guess we kind of got heat working, which is a pretty big step and quite an important step. So I guess it's okay that we didn't get a huge, because what's done is very important. Important that heat can actually be transferred. Even if it's not transferred correctly, it's still transferred. It's now synced as well, which is the more important thing. So yeah, this is okay actually. This is okay. But that's going to be it for this stream, so I hope everyone enjoyed. As for when I will stream next, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't. But maybe soon. We'll see. And yeah, I will see you all then. And join the Discord, everyone. Please, please. We need to get to 1,000 members. So if you're not in the Discord, please join the Discord. Get help there. You can just chat. You can mess around with the bot. You can do loads of things. Very good place to be. Link is in the description of all my videos and every stream. But yeah, I will see you stream. Bye.